I need a haircut. Some of you watching probably need one as well. I haven't always liked haircuts. The very first haircut that I can remember was somewhat traumatic for me. I was just a little boy. My dad took me to an old-fashioned barber shop. And when there, I waited my turn and then I climbed up into the chair, and they had to put a little stool up there so that I'd be high enough for the barber to reach me. Well, the buzzing sounds and the clipping sounds kind of freaked me out as a little boy. But what really freaked me out is the barber made a mistake, and he actually nicked my ear, and I've never forgotten that haircut. When I grew up a little bit later, I didn't like haircuts either, because you see, I was a child of the 60s and the 70s, and people were kind of shaggy back then, and they liked long hair, and I wanted to be like everybody else, and I wanted to have long hair as well. But my dad, there always came a time when he'd look at me and said, "Here's some money, you need to go get a haircut." And I knew there was no argument. I was going to go get a haircut. And usually after every haircut, even though I kind of resisted it at the time, I still liked it, and it still looked okay. I've learned a couple of things about haircuts over the years. The first thing about it being a haircut is that you have to learn to trust the person who's going to give you the haircut. I go to the same barber for years. I really like going to that barber. Right now, I miss that barber, and I'm looking forward to seeing them again. Why? Because I trust that barber. I've learned to trust the person who has the clippers in their hands. The other thing I've learned about haircuts is you have to learn to trust the process. That person knows what they're doing. Those clippers in their hands, they can do masterful things. They can make even this hair look okay. Those are the two things I've learned about haircuts: trust the person and trust the process. It reminds me of what I read in John chapter 15, verse 2, when they're talking about a different kind of cuts. Chapter 15, verse 2, it says, "He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes so that it will be even more fruitful." You see, Jesus wants to always prune his children. He wants to cut off the unfruitful parts. He wants to make it so that even the fruitful parts, he cuts and trims so they'll even be more fruitful. Kind of like getting a haircut. Your hair always grows back. And then you have to go back to get another one so you'll still look good. Jesus wants to do that same thing in our lives today. He wants to continue to prune away the stuff we don't need, and the stuff that is really working, he prunes and makes it even better. So as you continue to be quarantined, continue to let Jesus work on your life, to take and trust the person, which is Jesus Christ, and trust the process of him pruning the things away in your life that needs to be taken away. And that is my prayer for you today.